Good morning, children. Welcome back with a new topic from Geography, Grade 8, that is about industries. And this topic is a project topic given to you, children. So, let us know about the industries and their importance. So, as we discussed in the previous classes, also, that industries are the major support for the economic activities all over the world. It was all about the primary, secondary, and tertiary. So, industries comes under the part of secondary economic activity, which uses the agricultural produce. And like an example, we can take as there is a generation of some economic activities. So, like if we classify the industries, we can say there can be of various kinds of industries, which are going to discuss in this lesson now. And even we could also include the tertiary sector, which is a service sector. So now let's know about the production of goods. That would be a developing industry or a steel industry. And then we discuss about the extraction of minerals, and it would be the mining activity, which is again a kind of industry. And then the provision of services, like for example we can take as tourism, which could be again a kind of economic activity. So this would be a tertiary activity. So there would be an economic sector or the secondary sector activity. So now there is a commonly used term, which is nowadays very common, which is emerging in the industries, and these emerging industries are also known as the sunrise industries, which are the basic improvement in the field of industries. So now let me tell you about such emerging industries like IT, that is information technology, wellness, hospitality services, and knowledge services. Now when we classify industries based on raw material, we can say that as they can be derived from the agricultural produce, that would be known as the agro based industries. And if it is derived from minerals or mining activities, it is a mineral based industries. And when it is from marine products, that is from the oceans, where they extract the food from the oceans, or like different material from the oceans, it is known as the marine based industries. And finally, if it is using forest produce, it is like as the extraction of material from the forest. Like you can see the mineral based industries, which are based on the mining activity, like iron and steel, cement factories, aluminium industry, petroleum or petrochemical fields, which are completely based on the mineral or mining, that would be called as mineral based industries. And marine based, as I told you, that it is extraction of fishes and seafood from the oceans. Mainly the source or the intention is for the economic activity, and this is called as the marine based products which are extracted from the oceans, that is marine based industries. And finally, if it is the extraction of material from the forest produce for its development or the industrial survival, we call it as the forest based industries, where we get lot of material from the forest, either it may be the wood or many more other thing, things which we get from the forest. So there are the four basic types of industries which we are going to learn now. Let us classify them according to the raw material. And based on the size, either they may be small scale industries or the large scale industries. So, small scale industries could be either a cottage or a household industry that works from the house itself, or it may be bigger than the household industry. So, the example of household industry would be like pottery, basket making, weaving. And on the other hand, the large scale industries, for example, are the automobile industries, mm, iron and steel industries, etc. And that is based on size of industry. And the next classification is based on ownership. When we say an industry could be in a private sector, which is privately owned by a family or a set of people, for example, Reliance. And at the same, there could be the public sector industry, which is in case of India, it's the kind of aviation industry or air industry where you have a public intervention. So, like Air India and when you have a joint sector, for example, it can be like Maruti, YouTube, that is a joint venture of the private and the public sector. And the finally cooperative sector, which is owned and operated by the producers and the local people. Example, it would be Amul Dairy and even Mother Dairy. So ownership can be considered in the industries, ownership can be considered as the public sector, private sector, joint sector and cooperative sector, which are being joined together with both the public and private people. And bulk and weight of raw material and finished goods, that would be the heavy goods or even the light goods. And there are the common examples for the cooperative sectors in India, that is mainly the dairy sector that works under the cooperative system. And now, what are the factors that affect the location of industry? And if I am a one who is planning to start an industry, what all things I would take into consideration? Yes, the first I would be the concentration would be the physical factors, that physical abilities like good climatic conditions, proper road network. Then there could be the land availability in the region. At the same moment, the cheap land, the land that has approximately the raw materials. For example, if it is steel industry, I would need approximately the coal. There could be the iron, or it could be the water resources. Then there must be the ample amount of electricity, and which supply would be very much for an industry. Then the cheap labor that could come into the region to work. So labor, then it would be the capital, land power, raw materials, and transport facilities. And communication are indeed very important. Finally, the industries require the basic raw materials, like you should have water availability and a market where you could supply, and then it is the primary important aspect for determining the location of an industry. Even if I produce huge terms, and if I do not have ample of market availability, that production would be into vain, where it would be wasted. So there could be an optimum market for whatever production comes up. Now let's know about the industries clusters throughout the globe that we can see here on the map. As I shown you the world map, which gives the detailed information about the industrial clusters all over the world. So all those regions with wine are the examples of industrial clusters throughout the globe. However, in India there are 7 or 8 primary industrial clusters. There one lies on the Bombay Pune link, and another is between Ahmedabad and Baroda region, and the other is at the Bangalore and Tamil Nadu regions. Between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, the Hooghly region in Karnataka, the Chota Nagpur industrial region in cluster, and then we have the Vishakhapatnam Guntur regions, and Bangkok, Gorgon, Delhi, Meerut regions, and finally in Kerala, the Kollam, Thiruvananthapuram industrial centers. So all there are the major industrial centers in India. However, there have been examples of several industrial disasters that taken place, and one common example is the Bhopal gas tragedy in India, where there was a leakage of methane isocyanate, and the impact of that has still visible in the generations. Then you have the Goa Cho in the Changing districts in China, where there was a disaster in the gas that blew out, and there was the impacts that could seen in generations. Then you have some examples of nuclear disasters. Uh, Now we would be taking two major industries, that is iron and steel and the cotton. So the first is iron and steel. Now iron and steel is not only a basic industry, but it is a feeder industry which provides iron and steel to another plants on another industries. So when we talk about the uh, Tata, that is in the 19th and 1800s, in the year 1950s, the main aspect was developing the iron and steel industries close by the coal fields and the railways. And finally, as per the uh, time period, that is after the 1950s, the basic idea is the establishment of iron and steel industries close to the seaports for easy exports, so that main focus has shifted from to a kind of export oriented economic activities for islands like tea, specifically in India. Now when we come to the topic about TISCO, that is Tata Iron and Steel Companies, is one such major plant that started in Jamshedpur laid back in the year 1907, and it was established at the Subarna Rekha and Kharghai rivers at Jharkhand. It is a private owned company in India, and there was a very close availability of water for the Kali Mati station in regard to Bengal for easy transportation and easy availability of raw material from Jhare coalfields. Then it would be about detailed information about the IT companies, which are the most important topics related to the lesson, which would give us the information about the information technology and which is about the storage process and distribution of information. There are two basic information technology centers, that is the Bangalore in India, and we are comparing that to Silicon Valley in California. Now, Bangalore in India, we have the added advantage as it's one of the largest educational hub and good government subsidies by Karnataka state. This was considered as the first dust-free city with low initial cost of living during the startup days, and we have very good network of skilled labor. And when we talk about the Silicon Valley, it had an advantage of good climatic conditions, close availability of roads and network, good connectivity, and we have some of the most technological advanced centers that were established again, and we have good network of flowed labor into the Silicon Valley area. So there were the added advantages for Silicon Valley. Now there are some high technological industries which have a tendency to group together. So the idea is we have once the location for roads and transport that comes into being, and you have an easy access for more smaller industries and startups to flow in one form that is being established for the benefits that could be exchanged with other firm. So you have a kind of group of firms that start to emerge up into a region and become further enormous for small firms that are to the regions which have a good accessibility, connectivity of roads and good network with efficient power supply, etc. So this is what about the industries, about the classification of industries, which was about the factors affecting location of industries. It was about the disasters, distribution of major industries all over the world. At the same moment, we have discussed about the topic. This is the topic, children.